Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are joined by Noor Esthetique. Yeah, we're talking about the amazing medical spa based out of Ashburn, Virginia, actually Sterling, Virginia. Dr. Furhan Qureshi joining us here to talk more about his amazing medical spa and all the work he's doing as a board certified internal medicine trained physician who's really locally from the DMV area. Welcome back.
Hey, pleasure to be back.
Oh, wow. This is great. It's our first Zoom together. We've done some great shows, but now I have you live and in person basically in front of me. This is really exciting. It's good to have our listeners get to know you again. No, RST, tell me a little bit about what you started. Come on, all the latest and greatest.
Well, we started off just doing had an
Uh-huh.
IPL machine which we rarely use, and we had a cool.
You're breaking up. You're frozen.
Now
Noor.
we have remixed.
There
We
you are.
become Noor Aesthetic 2.0, so to speak. Oh, is it cutting?
Yeah, you froze for a little bit, but you're back. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So as I was saying, we started off small, and now we're becoming bigger. Not necessarily staff wise, it's just the same people, but we have newer technology now. We've upgraded all of our equipment, and we can do great things, such as what we did to your face. Your face looks amazing.
Yeah, it's perfect you said that because I haven't put much makeup on all week, and I'm glad. So, for you, those that don't know, we'll talk about all the services he offers in just a sec. But he recently did the more ablative version, right? It's called the Deca Cool
The
Peel. What
DECA
was it?
Pulse. Yeah, yeah.
Pulse. And
So
you could see
yeah,
the neck. It's still peeling. It's dark. And I have all my videos I'll send you when I'm done. So this is a little rough and peeling. So I haven't really put much makeup on, just some eyeshadow and stuff all week because it's been very red, but it feels so smooth and it's peeling. And I mean, I just feel like this is the way to go. Tell me about the new laser that we tried out last week. What is it called specifically? And to be honest
yeah.
with you, it's great. Look at my hands. My hands are still, oh, it's kind of hard to put there. My
I was
hands are
looking
still
at it. Yeah,
healing. They're all scratchy, but I know the
yeah.
results are going to be amazing. I feel so good.
Your face looks so good.
Thank you for thinking so. So tell us what you did to it specifically. What this is brand new. You just got this technology a few weeks ago. You were training last week. That's why we couldn't talk, actually.
Exactly. So we literally just got this equipment just a few weeks ago, and we finished our training and our certification. So we now have the technology to solve to solve almost any major aesthetic complaint in-house. We don't have to send anybody out anymore. Um, the procedure we did on you was a fractionated CO2 laser. Um, it's a device that we got from the guys at Cartesa. It's called the Helix, and you were one of the lucky ones. You got to be one of our first first clients for it, and we did a very intense, like a moderate intensity, what is called the Deca pulse. Um, Basically, there's two different wavelengths that are commonly utilized by this device. There's the 1570, and then there's the 10,600. The 10,600 wavelength is what we call our cool peel effect. So that's the laser that when it touches the skin, it doesn't it helps stimulate collagen synthesis. It helps with texture, but it doesn't, it helps mostly with texture. So we use that pulse all over the face, the lips. That's the one where when we're done, a few days later, the clients feel very smooth skin. They love the feeling of it. So
Hmm.
that's what we call cool peel. But you had a fusion treatment where you not only had the 10,600 wavelength, energy hitting your face, you also had the 1570, which is a different wavelength. This one helps more with wrinkles, scars, um,
Yeah.
more kind of like structural kind of issues that people have complaints about, like wrinkles and
Melasma,
scars.
acne, scars, right? This definitely goes
Correct,
deeper. And
scars.
I honestly, I think it's great. I've peeled so much and I feel like I can even go deeper. So I think is this like the new way, the new for those that are
Yeah.
older adults? Like, I'm
And
46 and I feel like this is like extraordinary because I've done so many different types of lasers and treatments and I feel like this really has removed that extra layer and it can go deeper to resurface further. I'm really happy with it.
yeah, even your smile lines are much more relaxed. I remember you
Yeah,
complained
the
about
the
that.
problem that's my biggest but the problem is now that the swelling in my face has gone down, it's still bothering me. They're coming back here, but they are definitely better. So this is my main issue here. And then, what do you say? Okay, facelift. I don't want a facelift. Maybe I'll try filler eventually, but I feel like this time we got a little deeper. It's hard to see, but they're
Yeah,
obviously they are still there, but they do look a little better. And
they look
over
much better.
time, if you continue up the treatment, like you said, to do it another month or two, or because you're supposed to do this treatment like twice a year, did you say?
Yeah, so most lasers will recommend three at a time. Like if you did like a normal fusion kind of treatment, we would say like, do three
Mm-hmm.
in a month-long fashion, but you had a more intense one. You had our Decapulse, so that's even more aggressive than the routine kind of fusion one that's done. It's just a higher energy
Mm-hmm.
laser. So for that one, we'll say more like maybe two times, and then see as you need it from there. We usually, in this case, it's such an intense laser, we probably wouldn't do it again for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So we have to let this thing calm down. But you're looking so great. I mean, the redness looks like it's totally gone now.
Thank you. And I was laughing because the other woman that you worked on in at your spa, I
Yeah.
forget her name, the Russian, she was complaining how red she was. I can't wait to share with my pictures because I was a little red too. And then it's just getting better and better and it's resurfacing and it's peeling. But is she liking the results or what?
Well, I think she's funny. I mean, hers is probably gone by now. Yeah, she's very funny. She's our nearby hairstylist. She's very funny. She had a bunch of wrinkles like under her chin and her neck area. So we went all over with just a routine fusion, which with a much much milder treatment on her than you. You had a much more aggressive one, and yeah, but, when we finished her, the next day, those wrinkles that she used to have here, they were totally gone. Of course, she was red, and
Mm-hmm.
she has very very light skin. So for her, the red has a very deep contrast. So she didn't like that. But after like 3 days, it was gone. She was better.
And what about your other friend that you did this on as well after I left? How was she liking the results?
You what? You what?
The other woman that was at the office, you also did
Yeah.
her face right after me. How was she feeling? How was she looking?
So she had RF microneedling first with our virtual device, and then she had excuse me. Sorry, I'm back. So, yeah, so she had a arc marker needling procedure done first on her face and neck, and then she had just cool peel, but she loved it. I mean, um, she didn't have much in the way of redness the way that you and our other client did because you guys had much more intense lasers. Hers was very gentle. Cool peel at the 10,600 wavelength. There's no downtime with that one. That one is just um it's almost like we're making a milkshake, you know. The company designed it in such a way that you could just come in whenever and get it done. And you're going to feel a little bit dehydrated at first, but in a day or two, it all gets better. You get this beautiful smooth skin. That's the way that helps make us have nice smooth lips with very little lines. Just really good texture. Someone will touch your face and go, "Oh wow, the skin feels great." So she's recovering very nicely. Her recovery wasn't as tough as your guys, but we did RF microneedle her face and neck. She was complaining initially of, oh, it feels kind of hot, feels kind of burning, but there's a special mask that the company makes uh, uh, for our RF microneedle patients. So after we cool peeled a few hours later, she took the mask and she put it on her face. It has a special serums on it, hyaluronic acid and various other kind of delicious hydrating kind of serum. She put it on her face and neck, pain gone, redness gone almost instantly. The next day she was shocked. She was like, "Wow, it feels like I didn't even get heart market needling done." Like, "Oh yeah, you did, I definitely did." So she's having very nice, smooth skin, and she's having basically a reset. So yeah, I mean, both so RF microneedling versus the intense laser you got, they both try to do similar things. The RF microneedling tries to also resolve the issues with skin ablation, like wrinkle reduction, scar reduction, all those things. It tries to solve the same thing, but the difference is the RF microneedling has a little needle that gets inserted into the subcutaneous tissue that also has heat energy in it. And what we find is that this allows us to do a better job with contouring, and how, especially we had some clients who very obvious jobs. They have those thicker, people like me, for example, who have like this double chin here or like a lot of buccal fat. We that microneedling is when we do that one instead
Oh, Dr. Q, I apologize.
of
You were
blading laser,
breaking up.
we can
You're
actually answer, we can
frozen.
actually solve this issue with.
Uh, Furhan, are you with us? Dr. Qureshi? Hello? Let me just
Can you hear me?
remind, oh, there you are. No, you've been freezing a lot. So I think there's a problem with the internet, but I'm hearing what you're saying, but you do keep freezing. I just want to warn you. Um,
Oh,
I,
okay. Is it better now?
yes, yes, but you were frozen like this, and I'm like, I wonder if I'm frozen. Um, we were
Yeah.
talking about RF microneedling. I heard a lot about that, but about the heat we got to, and for those who don't even know you yet and what you do, and we haven't even established your website, Noir Esthetique, your social media pages. I mean, you're really up and coming. Like, and I know you just recently purchased all these new equipment. You have really the latest and greatest technology, and people like myself will travel from New York to come see you. And I just would think that's important to know when you're in good hands with someone that you trust as a doctor, and his team and his staff of estheticians. And it's just, it speaks volumes. So I have to credit you for that. Noir Esthetique, tell us the website, and of course, how we can reach out to you.
Yes, NoorEsthetique.com.
And also on social media, you can find them anywhere. But I mean, the work he does, I don't know where you want to digress to next because you still offer so much from facials, right? From, my goodness, from peels uh, to even fillers, to even, we've talked about the O and the P shot. You're helping people with their hormones and you're helping people have
Yeah.
better orgasms, even PRP plasma, right? For the hair. I mean, you're a full service one-stop shop.
Yeah, we really are. We're proud to offer all those services. But yeah, I mean the RF microneedling is it's like we're able to more successfully, I guess, take away certain types of
Mm-hmm.
body that people don't want, like a double chin or like extra face fat contoured better. We can target jowls, we can target, baggy eyes really well. Um, it's really, really cool technology and it actually works. The manufacturer of our RF the marketing devices is a Korean brand, so we really love it. Um, but yeah, I mean, we have other goodies. I mean, we have a Pico laser as well that we're going to get up and running in the next few days. Pico laser, I think I've told you about before, Jill. This is a laser that is very, very good at pigments. So people with tattoos and they want all the tattoos removed, it does that really well. Especially people who suffer from dark spots and melasma, really bad melasma. It's the ultimate solution for that. Sunspots, melasma, all those things. It does it in a very aggressive and painless, relatively painless manner. Um, Unlike a basic IPL device that kind of burns, that kind of heats the tissue, this thing shoots energy so fast in a picosecond that there's no real thermal burn. So it's very cool technology, and we have it, and we're very excited about that, and we'll have it up and running in the next few days.
Perfect. Wow. And just a little about your background because we don't know you, some of the people, and this is the first Zoom. Could you tell us about your, my goodness, all that you do, your time serving, we commend you, and then how you got into this field in particular, what made you get into aesthetics as a physician?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm board certified in internal medicine. I started off doing just I started doing just inpatient medicine and critical care. I also joined the military right when I was completing medical school and started serving as a reservist right after medical school, actually right towards the end of residency. Um, so I did that for a few years, and then I expanded my role into telehealth services, which is awesome. I mean, that was really special to me because I got to treat people, all over the US, and I got to learn about different pathologies and different problems around the US, which was great. Um, but then, I always kind of had this desire to enter aesthetics somehow, but I wasn't a surgeon, and eventually, I was going to do it much earlier, but then COVID happened. I delayed my plans to try to enter then, and spent a lot of time in the hospital saving all these people. And then eventually, when I was done with that, I then when COVID began coming down, I decided, okay, let's take the plunge, let's get into it. Spent a year, training into the various aspects of it. Um, and then eventually I jumped into it, and we've been having a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And I don't
Yeah,
know if you say anything else because it froze again. Um,
yeah,
well, as
yeah.
far as can you, I'm so sorry, this connection is horrible. And I'm
I
so
know, I'm
happy to
sorry.
see you, but I could still see you. Um,
I know.
well, about Noir Esthetique and the services you offer, is there any more that you wanted to highlight for today?
Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to highlight that we now have the technology to serve anyone. A lot of the older kind of lasers were mainly for fairer skinned people, like lighter Fitzpatrick types. It was more for those people. But our newer technology, we can use it on anybody and at any time almost. Um, anybody who's interested in getting a laser technology should schedule a consultation with us first to see if they're right candidate and what their goals are. Um, you know, um, sometimes it may be best to do RF micro needling first and then a cool pill right after, or just RF micro needling alone. It's best. A lot of prospective clients kind of think they know what they want and they call us, and they're not always they have a complaint, but they're not calling us for a complaint. They're calling us for the treatment, and it may not be the right one. Some people will, for example, call us. A favorite one of mine is they'll call us and say, "Oh, I'm aging. I'm losing volume in my face. I need Botox." And I'm just like, Botox is more for dynamic wrinkles. It doesn't solve the volume. And there's all kinds of kind of miseducation out there. So we have to work together. We have to get to know each other, see what the complaint is first, chat, sit down. I like to take a mirror and let them hold it while I'm chatting about them and what we can do for them. And we have to start with the consultation first and start with the problem, not the solution. We'll find the solution later. Start with the problem and try to diagnose it correctly.
And something you said to me last weekend was crucial. You were telling the film crew about the treatments you're doing that you're offering to help people is really to prolong our our facial longevity, right? And
Yeah.
before the last resort should be the surgery to be those things. So these types of
Yeah.
how do I call them? Non-invasive treatments, right?
Correct.
Are which you recommend to do this, which are a lot cheaper. They're seeing a lot more results. And before you jump the gun and go under the knife, say for a facelift, you should try all these type of skin tightening procedures that you offer and
Agreed.
like, mm-hmm,
Agreed. Because our face has become more important. It's not just for personal beauty, which of course is that. Our faces are becoming part of our brand. They're becoming part of our businesses. We're trading services on
mm-hmm,
LinkedIn, for example. We're doing a lot more, you know, uh, video marketing. Our face has become very important to our business success as
yeah.
well. So now that our science has gotten so good, we're living longer and we have to do we have to take our faith through more mileage. Um, Before this stuff really got developed, people were right away having to, I think, earlier go towards surgeries, and those people who did it earlier, like in their 40s and early 50s, they got really good surgeries done, but then, once like they hit the 10-year mark, they realize all that money investment, it's time for a touch up, and it's a lot more money again. So, the goal is to keep doing these other treatments as long as we can to avoid the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting better and better at it. We're seeing more and more people, make it deeper into the later ages without having to have any surgery. I know Martha Stewart, she claimed she didn't have any surgery, and maybe she's right, but of course, she spends a lot of time on all these things, from lasers to different things. But she looks great. But yeah, that's kind of where it is. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, her dermatologist was talking with her on a podcast or something about the work he's done for her.
yeah,
And she admitted
exactly.
to the Botox, the filler, the laser treatments, but yeah, she says she never had surgery and her face looks great. I
Yeah,
mean,
it definitely does.
and what else is the latest and greatest in your field? What else are people wanting and needing?
That's a great question. A lot of people, like I said, that I feel like they're going more towards energy devices. Um, I hear people asking me about things like Morpheus, which again, very famous for its arc marketing. Like they're asking about that. They're asking about BBL, which is a laser technology from Sciton. They're asking about, more so energy devices. They want to they want to be aesthetically pleasing, but they don't want necessarily to have any actual cutting done. They don't, which obviously means, rules out surgery. They want to, and I feel like there's like a trend that continues against filler. I know lips remain popular for filler, but a lot of people, especially older, don't want to get those things. It's going to come down more so towards technology. I think. Um, and it gets results. I mean, of course, people want the results. Um, just because you have great technology doesn't mean you're going to get it either. It also comes down to technique and how well skilled the provider is at the respective clinic you go to. But we're very confident in our capabilities. We're very confident in our capabilities now. Like we feel with what we have now, we're able to solve vast majority of our clients' concerns without having to send them out.
Oh, that's great. You're a one-stop shop. And
Exactly.
clearly, your staff is impressively amazing. And you really do have this, he has his way about him. I think if you're listening to him or if you're seeing him, I'm not sure if, who is watching or just listening, but he's just a good person. And I always feel that doctor-patient relationship has to be good, no matter how good someone says you are. It's just, I wouldn't go to someone who I didn't trust, who I didn't like, who didn't give me the time of day to talk to me and give his honest opinion. And I think that's just so important that you do make the time to meet with your patients, each and every one, and to go over, their needs and their wants. And you're also a realist. You'll tell them you don't think this is right or you don't think this is the problem.
Yeah,
And which is some
exactly.
people don't want to hear that, but he's going to be honest with you, which I think is just so important. It's very hard to find a doctor like that. And so I just commend you on all of that. We're almost out of time, but there's also we've talked on the regular podcast before about the majority of people, men and women, coming to you for those shots, right? To help with
Yeah,
libido. That's also
yeah,
something that is like, could you just share a little bit about what that is?
yeah. So for men, it's called the P shot. For women, it's called the O shot. So, you know, um, as we're all getting older, it's a combination, I think, of maybe low testosterone in everyone, but also just aging in general. That they're having trouble with their sexual life. So, um, it's not that they're all old. That's not true either. We've had some clients who are as young as their 40s. Like I've had a client who was on the younger side, only his early 40s, very fit, but he had significant vasculopathy from advanced diabetes,
Hmm.
and he lost the ability to have a good erection because of all his vascular disease. So, he's somebody we performed the P shot on, and he's feeling much better. He says his performance is up. Essentially, what these injections are, these are basically the plasma of these are actually your plasma of your blood. We spin the blood, take out the plasma. This plasma has all the growth factors in it. Where everywhere we put it, basically, we have a good result. So athletes were doing it a lot in the 90s, and now, they're doing it in their joints, PRP injections in their joints because they were having injuries and felt they were recovering better. Then we started using it on people's heads for hair loss. We started putting it in the face to get a nice dewy glow out of it. So we were doing all these kind of cool things. So we were always doing that, and it's been awesome.
Well, we appreciate you being here. And if we want to reach out to you for initial consultation, tell us how we do so.
You can call us at 703-996-4377. Our number again is 703-996-4377. And our social media Instagram is NOORESTHETIQUEWC. That's our Instagram handle, Noor Esthetic WC. And then our website is www.nooresthetique.com, nooresthetic.com, and we can be reached in any of those ways.
Awesome. By the way, if we're together next week on Zoom again, just it's some food for thought. If you want to pull up maybe some before and after pictures, we could show some of your clients,
Sure.
and we could share the screen and we could talk about some of the specifics about, what you're doing to people and show their faces and what's happening. It's great. We always love seeing before and afters. And of
Oh,
course, a few more
love
days,
that.
I'll send you my week's journey of face and picture videos and hand pictures. But look, I'm getting better. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm feeling like so scratchy, but I love it because I know all that new skin is coming down.
I know it
Thank
is.
you
It is
so
pretty
much.
great.
All right. So I'll see you next week. And thank you again. Yeah, would love to definitely show some people, show them your work. I think seeing is also believing since we're here on this platform now too. Okay.
I agree. Thank you so much, Jill.
Thank you, Dr. Q. Have a great day. Tell everyone I
Thank you,
said
sir.
hello.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.